All right, hello and welcome back to another Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl deck tech and gameplay session. We have VOLO Guide to Monsters, 4 mana 3/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. A copy of a creature spell becomes a token. So I have the deck split up in creatures and non-creature spells. We're going to go through each creature. There's only 3 creatures that share some kind of typing amongst themselves. The other ones don't. There are a couple legendary creatures that are just too good to not play in this color combination. But otherwise, most of these cards are going to be copycatted. All right, let's get into the creatures. We have Gilded Goose, 1 mana, enters the battlefield, create a food. Mana dork, you can sacrifice that food to create a token or to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, or you can play a green and a colorless to create another food token. Illusion Curated, here again another one of our mana dorks, taps add 1 mana of any color, but it also taps for 2 mana of any color if you have power 4 or greater. We have a bird, we have a plant, we have a snake with the Lotus Cobra, another pseudo mana dork. You need to be playing lands in order to make it do anything. Landfall, whenever a land enters battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. We have our ooze in the deck, is a 2 mana 2/2 scavenging ooze. You can pay it 1 green to exile target card from a graveyard, so it's a part of our graveyard hate package. If it was a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on scavenging ooze and you gain 1 life. Then we have Needlethorn Drake. It is a drake, it is a 1/1 flying death toucher for 2 mana. It's in the deck to slow down our opponents, to put up a roadblock. A lot of people are afraid to attack into death touch, and it also is flying, so it can pretty much block anything, and it's just a fun little spell to have. Then we have Old Growth Troll. It is our troll warrior. It does have green, so it can at times be difficult to cast, but it has lots going for it. It's a 3 mana 4/4. It has trample, and then when it dies, you equip it as an aura to a forest you control. That forest has tapped to add 2 green, or you can pay 1, sacrifice the land to create a 4/4 green troll warrior creature token with trample. So it's a gift that keeps on giving. I haven't had the opportunity to see what happens when a token version of it dies, but we'll find out together maybe. Then we have Palladium Mirror. It's a mirror, 3 mana 2/2 that taps to add 2 generic mana. We have our giant of the deck. We have the Beanstalk Giant, 7 mana, star. Its power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Okay, it scales as the game goes longer. It also has Fertile Footsteps, so for green and 2 colorless. As a sorcery, you get to search your land for or graveyard or library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So that's our giant in the deck. Then we have a Turtle Druid, and we have a Solemn Simulacrum, which is our golem. This is Conjure Cultivator. They basically do the same thing. When they enter the battlefield, they search for a basic, in this case it's a forest or an island. This one you can search for anything, but we only have forests and islands. This one draws a card when we dies. This one has more power and toughness, so that's the payoff. You get a 3/4 instead of a 2/2. This one draws you a card when it dies. This one is just a little bit bigger. Then we have a Spirit in the deck of Roaming Ghostlight, 5 mana 3/2. It's a flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, you return 1 target non-spirit creature tokens to its owner's hand. So go Volo on 4, Roaming Ghostlight on 5, bounce both the 2 of their things, and then it's an uphill battle from there. Battle Mammoth, or Elephant, is a 5 mana 6/5 with trample, and you can cast it for 4 mana if you foretold it earlier in the game. And whenever one or more of your permanents get targeted by a spell or an ability that opponent controls, you get to draw a card. You have some card draw on a creature. Elder Gargaroth also draws us a card. 5 mana 6/6 Beast. It's a Vigilance, Reach, Trample. And whenever Gargaroth attacks or blocks, choose 1. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token. You gain 3 life or you draw a card. So 2 of these out after Volo. That's 12 power and toughness for 5 mana. That does so many things when it attacks and blocks. Then we have the Riddle Master Sphinx. The Sphinx, obviously, 6 mana 5/5. It's from the arena set, so you can only play this in Brawl and 1v1. You can't play it in best of 3. When Riddle Master Sphinx enters the battlefield, you may, so it's a may, you don't have to, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. I don't know, maybe there's one creature you want to bounce and the other one you don't want to bounce. Well, that's the thing. We'll go to the next one. Rampaging Brontodon is our dinosaur, also from that alpha set or the Magic Online set. 7 mana, 7/7 with trample, and then when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each land you control. So it's just a big, beefy thing, and if you can get 2 of those, if you have Volo out, the game's pretty much over. At this bigger spot, we have 2 legendary creatures. We have Kogla, the Titan Ape. I think it's worthwhile to have Kogla, the Titan Ape, in your deck because of what it does. When it enters the battlefield, it fights. So you get 2 fights with Volo. You get the token copy that comes in first, and then when Kogla, the normal one, comes in second, you just sacrifice the token because of the legendary rule, and then bada bing bada boom, you get 2 fights. And you also get a creature that when it attacks destroys target artifact or enchantment. And Volo is a human, so you can return Volo to your hand, or a human, but Volo's the only human, and Kogla gains indestructible till the end of turn. And then the other legendary creature in these colors that I think should be played no matter what is Koma, the Cosmos Serpent. 7 mana, 6/6 legendary serpent. This spell can't be countered. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Koma's Coil. You can sacrifice another serpent to either tap a permanent. Activated abilities can't be activated this turn. So if an opponent has a planeswalker out, upkeep this hits. Before you let them get to their first main phase, you sacrifice that serpent. You can tap their planeswalker, and their planeswalker no longer can be activated that turn. Also, you can tap a land if you want to screw them on lands, or you can tap a creature to get it out of the way so you can attack. Or you can give Koma Cosmos Serpent indestructible. So then there are 3 cards in the deck. I'll move my thing there for a minute. We have the Sculptor of Winter, which is an elf rogue that untaps a snow land. We have Marrowleaf Pixie, which is a 2 mana 2/2 flyer that taps for a green or a blue. Then we have Brazen Borrower. So this is an elf or a rogue. This is a fairy, and this is a fairy rogue. I'm playing Brazen Borrower because of its flexibility, and also having 2 3/1 flyers if neither of these have been played yet is very good. And also being able to return target non-land permanent is a very flexible thing to do. And in all reality, if we're making a token of this, or a token of this, or a token of this, they're not going to impact the game, something like a token of a beast, for example. So I was okay with playing these 3 that kind of overlapped with each other for that reason. Then we have some non-creature spells. What do you think about my creatures? Anything you might want to change, you might want to add? I know I didn't do a dinosaur, I didn't do a dragon, but maybe that could be something you could look into. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What creature type or what creature would you substitute? It was a really fun deck building restriction. We're gonna go through these quick so we can get into a game. Blizzard Brawl, we can fight something. If we have 3 snow permanents, your creature becomes indestructible, gets +1 so. Once Upon a Time, look at the top 5 cards of your library. If this is the first spell you cast, it costs 0, otherwise it costs 2. You can put a creature or land card from among them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. Rabid Bite and Ram Through both deal damage equal to your creature's power to another target creature. Ram Through will trample over if you have a creature with trample. Wilt destroys an artifact or enchantment and also cycles. Decisive Denial is a fight spell, also a mana leak for non-creature spells. Arcane Signet taps to add a color and mana. Broken Wings destroys an artifact, enchantment, or a creature with flying. Garruk's Uprising draws us a card if we have a creature with power 4 or greater on the battlefield. Your creature can trample, and it also draws a card every time another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control. Glittering Frost, you enchant a land, it taps for another mana of any color. It's also a snow land now. Quandrix Command, you can choose 2 different things. You can return a creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. You can counter an artifact or enchantment spell. You can put a 2 1/1 counters on target creature, or you can target player shuffles up to 3 cards from their graveyard into their library. so it's very flexible in what it wants to do. Eureka Moment draws us 2 cards at instant speed, and you can put an extra land onto the battlefield. And then last we have Alrund's Epiphany. Take an extra turn, make 2 1/1s, or you can play it for 6 for its foretell cost. We got a bunch of lands. We got the 2 new creature lands with the Hall of Storm Giants and the Lair of the Hydra. We have 6 snow-covered forests, or islands, 7 snow-covered forests, the Pathway, the tapped land from Strixhaven, the Forest or the Snow Duel, Temple, the Game Land, the Snarl, Command Tower, Fabled Passage, and Field of Ruin. Alright, that is my version of VOLO Guide to Monsters. I hope it helps you take the first steps to building a VOLO Guide to Monsters deck. Use it any way you want. Let's get into a couple of games. We have a ramp. Yep, this is definitely keepable. We have 2 versions of ramp. 3. We have all the ramps. This is definitely a commander that I will be exploring in the future. Bruenor Battlehammer looks really cool. One of the new ones from the Dungeons and Dragons set. Something I've had a lot of fun with is just learning a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons in and of itself. I have never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, so it's all very new to me, and a fun little exploration. I would definitely recommend watching the limited resources game, or limited resources explanation of the commons and uncommons, because you can just see how excited Louis Scott Vargas is for all this Dungeons and Dragons stuff. He's just so into it. Alright, we have a fight spell, which is going to be very good for us. We definitely need to kill this eventually, or fairly quickly, because it could get out of hand, although they may be mana screwed. They did maul the 6, which is unfortunate, but that's the game we play. All this blue mana. I think we do this. Get a green. If they go to play another artifact or a removal spell of some kind, we can counter that. We could also play this. And worst comes to worst, we make another food token. If they don't draw another land, they're probably just equipping this. It's unfortunate. But they are beating in pretty hard. Out comes that. Comes this. Make another food. Wilt, that's a good one in this. We do this. We do this. 1, 2, 3. We can make 2 4/4s. Do that. Okay, we may actually get to we might get to discover what happens when the token dies. Hey, they drew a land. Now we need a double block. Kill it. You could play. Now we have a really good warrior equipment theme. They're both gonna say bye-bye. here. Now, what happens with the token? Do I get no, it just dies. All right, well, learn something. That's a good one. We could double beanstalk giant. No, let's double battle mammoth. This puts on a little more pressure, but this gets us card draw if something happens. And we will bash. And when they play, if they draw a red and play this, we will probably only drawing white. This is unfortunate. Good for them for trying to stick it out. At 36 life. I don't feel like losing my Volo. And I think I just hold up these two. If I play this and then they blow up my board, I don't get much. I guess let's do this. Get 2 lands, and then if they do end up blowing up our board with like a Doomscar or the destroy all creatures, draw a card if you have a power 4 or greater kind of thing. I would like some forests, please. It's kind of conservative, but at the same time I think it's right. We also can just be, we can use these and also make another food. 16 power on board. We could have forced them to have it. Oh, okay. All right. Being conservative. They got mana screwed and color screwed. That's just how the game goes. All right. We got to see the power of Volo though and what it can do. All right. On to game number 2. All right. Let's see what we can do against some mono white. We are going to mulligan. We're going to keep. We need at least 1 blue manas. Please. Hey, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. He's in some kind of order. All right, mana off the top would be fantastic. Not mana, but we can do this. Get 2 of them. Then we can activate this, untap this, do this. Have all the manas in the world. Unless they blow up our board right here. If they blow up our board right here, we're in trouble. Alright, there's one. Turn Heliod into a creature. Ah, not quite. I think we Riddlesmith them. And then make them play it all again. Get in there for 5. Watch them have a board wipe. Me playing around board wipes last time. Oh, do I want one? No, I just ram through it and then attack for 5, 10, attack for lethal. Oh, that was quick. All right, we can do a third one. Here we go. All right, we are up against another of the new commanders, Xanathar Guild Kingpin. Probably the new and improved, well, not new and improved, but the newest control deck on the block as far as Dimir goes. This is a keep. We're really screwed if this dies and we don't get another land. We also got to learn that the token from the old growth troll does not, in fact, come in enchantment. Maybe this card could definitely be a different troll or a different warrior. It does create value, but not a lot of value. Make our Foxy. We're going to do this so I don't forget. Shouldn't give you the opportunity to try and make it into something until you actually have the value to make it. I think we got a slow control player on our hands here. I think we played this into this. So I want to be able to the fertile footsteps next turn if we can. This into fertile footsteps. Into, I guess, another green. Now we have options. We can, I think we're gonna try and land Vol. And if Volo dies, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that is not an op. Well, this could be an option and we could play the troll. Kind of like that. If the troll dies, it gets us. If the troll dies, it gets us more mana. And I don't mind if this gets countered. They have a counter spell. They're just choosing whether or not they want to use it. The more counter spells we can get out of them, the better. Counter it. Have to wade through all the bowl. We have a decent amount of threats here. Let us. We do these two. Oh, I think we just keep trying. Oh, we could do this and the pixie. Okay. Quandrix command makes one of our things bigger and to bounce this thing. No. Huh. Okay. Bash. What are they trying to set up? I think we just try and land this again. We are slowly beating them down. They have a big card draw? Nothing. They trying to wait to play this with some counter magic? Ah. Just wanted to get a little bit more value. Well, now we're gonna win with the cards that we have because 8 mana is a little much. These creature lands, we'll get there eventually. I think we're gonna jam the Gargaroth here. If they do something to this, we got this. Kind of cute. I would like to draw a card, please. All right, I want to do this. This will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Is not enough. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would like to play this. And then do that. Well, there was no counterspell. I think I hold on to these two. Or hold on to this. Like an end step. Sure. And then what? Sure. And then what? The 7, that's 13. Oh, this is lethal. Unless they have a counterspell. Return that one, put counters there. They have a bounce spell? Then we can do this. And it's game over. Yeah, they didn't realize that this needed itself. Good game to you, Sue. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I love Volo. I also really love Simic. I think it's one of the stronger Quandrix, probably one of the stronger two color combinations you can have. My ultimate baby is the white, black, green, but we haven't really had a good commander in those colors all together, so we don't get to see it. So thank you for watching this Volo video. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Remember to like, subscribe, notify. Take care of yourself. Mr. Pisto to you.